Well, hey everyone, this is Mr. Pearson, and today we are going to talk about writing related facts for multiplication. Have you ever found yourself trying to solve a multiplication fact and you just don't know the answer? It could be 7 times 5 because those sevens families are really difficult. Well, what we're going to do today is we're going to learn how we can take 7 times 5 and change it into a multiplication fact that you already know, and that'll help you to solve it. So knowing how to solve one multiplication fact can help you solve another multiplication fact as well. In fact, once you've solved a multiplication fact, you can also use that multiplication fact to help you solve two division facts, but we'll get to that later. And this concept is called related facts. So, before we begin doing that, let's go through some important vocabulary that you need to know for multiplication. The first word is a word called factor, and a factor is a number that is multiplied. And every multiplication fact has to have at least 2 factors. So if you have a problem like 2 times 5, then that has 2 factors. So as you can see here, in 5 times 4 equals 20, 5 and 4 are the factors. Those are the numbers we're multiplying together. Another word that you need to know is the word product. And product is the answer to a multiplication fact. So in 5 times 3 equals 15, 5 and 3 are the factors, and 15, because it's the answer, is called the product. Now, when we're solving related facts for multiplication, we're going to use something called the commutative property of multiplication. That's an important thing. Hold that in your head. The commutative property of multiplication. And the commutative property of multiplication teaches us that the factors, those numbers we're multiplying together, the factors of a multiplication problem can go in any order and you're still going to have the same product. So that's what the commutative property teaches us. It teaches us that you can put those factors, 5 times 4 or 4 times 5, and put them in any order, you're still going to get the same answer. That means, like I just said, 5 times 4 equals 20, and flipping those numbers, so flipping those factors, 4 times 5 is also going to equal 20. And another example is 2 times 9 equals 18, and 9 times 2 equals 18. So, to write a related multiplication fact, all we have to do is switch the factors. So for example, I have this problem here, 4 times 5, and I want to write the related multiplication fact. So all I'm going to do is, in the place of the 4, I'm going to put the 5, and then where the 5 was in our original problem, I'm going to put the 4. 4 times 5, and 5 times 4. So let's do a couple more examples together. We'll see how this works out. So we have this problem, 5 times 6. If I want to write a related fact, I'm just going to switch those factors, and it's going to become 6 times 5. Over here, 8 times 5, the related fact is 5 times 8. 2 times 7, the related fact is going to be 7 times 2. 6 times 2, we're going to write that as 2 times 6. 10 times 4, we're going to write that as 4 times 10. And 4 times 3, we'll write that as 3 times 4. Now, all of these problems, 5 times 6 and 6 times 5, they all have the same product, and in this case, it's going to be 30. Over here, 8 times 5 and 5 times 8, they have the same product of 40. 2 times 7, 7 times 2 have the same product of 14. 6 times 2 and 2 times 6, you guessed it, they have the same product. That's going to be 12. 10 times 4 and 4 times 10, well, they both have the same factor, or the same product of 40. We just move the factors around. 4 times 3 and 3 times 4, they both have a product of 12. So let's review what we've just went through together. First off, the numbers we multiply are called factors. Every multiplication fact has to have at least 2 factors. The answer to a multiplication fact is called a quotient. The factors can go in either position, and the quotient will be the same. That's called the commutative property of multiplication. And learning related facts, well, they can help us to learn to multiply faster, and later on to solve division facts as well. Well, again, my name is Mr. Pearson. Thank you for going through this multiplication skill with me today. Go back and watch the video again to help you review. Best of luck as you learn your multiplication facts, and we'll see you next time.